Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
The arena erupted. Some fans were stunned, others furious. Caitlin Clark was sprawled out on the hardwood. Kennedy Carter had just shoved the WNBA's biggest rising star to the floor. No attempt at the ball, no accidental contact, just pure aggression. For a second, it seemed like Clark might stay down, but that's not who she is. She doesn't just take hits, she responds. And when she does, she takes control. Fever versus Chicago Sky. June 1st, 2024, Indiana. A matchup fans have been anticipating for weeks. The energy was electric, the stakes sky high, and the tension between these two teams was impossible to ignore. From the opening tip, it was clear this wasn't going to be a friendly matchup. Chicago came in with a game plan: disrupt Clark, throw her off her rhythm, make her uncomfortable. But if they thought getting physical would rattle her, they were about to learn the hard way. Caitlin Clark doesn't back down. First WNBA meeting between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. The Fever and the Sky are underway at game. From the very first possession, Chicago made their intentions clear, knocking down a quick two-pointer to set the pace. But Caitlin Clark wasn't about to let them take control. Without a moment's hesitation, she stepped back and launched a deep three. Nothing but net. The crowd erupted, and any doubts about her impact were put to rest. Other way, first in the league in fast break points. Clark connects on a deep three. Both teams went head-to-head, trading baskets, battling for rebounds, and refusing to back down. The game was tight, with neither side willing to give an inch. Then, in a split second, Caitlin Clark took control, not with a shot, but with a perfect pinpoint pass. She threaded the defense with precision, setting up an easy bucket and shifting the momentum. To the Commissioner's Cup final. What a dish. Down the floor. Wallace. The finish plus the foul. It was a moment of pure brilliance, but Chicago wasn't about to let Caitlin Clark take over. They fired back with intensity, turning up the physicality and pushing the limits. Tensions ran high as the Sky tried to use their aggressiveness to take control, but Clark didn't flinch. With ice in her veins, she launched another deep three, keeping Indiana right in the fight. They understand their impact on what it has done and how they are living out their dream today. And right on cue, Chicago fought back, determined to match Indiana's energy, but as the
buzzer sounded, the battle hit pause. Indiana clung to a narrow 2-point lead, sending a clear message. They weren't backing down. As the second quarter began,
Caitlin Clark wasted no time making an impact. With pinpoint accuracy, she zipped a perfect pass, setting up an easy bucket and keeping Indiana in control. Kingson allowed too much dribble penetration. Ball then allows them. Oh, what a dive! My goodness, the pass from Clark.
The momentum had swung in Indiana's favor, and they could feel it. Holding on to the lead, the Fever tightened up on defense, fighting for every possession, but their focus on protecting the score became predictable, and Carter saw the opening, ready to capitalize.
Reese working Boston. 6 to shoot. Carter flips it up and in. Kennedy Carter just so difficult.
Chicago refused to back down as the battle intensified. With the final minutes of the quarter winding down, Clark delivered a perfect assist to Mitchell, keeping the Fever right in the fight. The score remained deadlocked at 31, setting the stage for an electrifying finish.
Here is Evans, the former Louisville star, out to Carter. Her three, off the mark, long board. Wallace to get ahead. Mitchell to the cup.
The energy
in the arena was electric. Neither team was willing to break, and neither was ready to back down. As the second quarter ended, one thing was clear. If either side wanted this win, they'd have to fight for it. When the third quarter began, Chicago came out with something to prove. Indiana still held the lead, but the Sky weren't just playing. They were attacking. Kennedy Carter took control, speeding past Clark and effortlessly sinking a layup for an easy 2 points.
From downtown as Mr. Last Five. Carter just blurs by Clark, who didn't turn around, and an easy 2 for Kennedy Carter.
The
game's intensity reached another level as the Indiana Fever battled fiercely to protect their lead. But Chicago wasn't backing down without a fight.
Boston, mid-range fake, the pull-up, short, the follow, no. Another chance, won't go for Boston. Loose ball, this time,
the game was an all-out war, and then, in an instant, everything changed. With just 15 seconds left in the quarter, Carter drove to the hoop with force, sinking the shot as the crowd erupted. The Sky were gaining momentum, and Carter wasn't done making a statement. She turned toward Clark and without hesitation delivered a hard shove, sending her crashing to the floor.
Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. Her and Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
The crowd erupted as Clark hit the
hardwood. She didn't even have the ball. The whistle blew, and the refs wasted no time reviewing the play. It was an obvious foul. A free throw was given, and as expected, Clark stepped up and calmly sank it.
One, and Clark goes to the line and hits the first.
As the buzzer echoed through the arena, the scoreboard told the story. Indiana Fever 54, Chicago Sky 49. They had tried to knock Caitlin Clark down, but if this game proved anything, it was that she wasn't staying down. Not now, not ever. With the final stretch ahead, Chicago zeroed in on Clark, determined to shut her down. But Clark, she was about to show them why she was unstoppable. In no time, she grabbed a rebound and orchestrated a play so smooth and precise that it left the crowd in awe.
Carter met by Boston. Williams bricks it. Clark another rebound. Tosses ahead. Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty.
The ball sailed cleanly through the net, but Chicago wasted no time responding, drawing a foul. Indiana didn't just get the fast break bucket, they secured a free throw as well.
The three-point play.
The fast break.
The scoreboard showed 64-57 with Indiana still ahead, but Chicago wasn't backing down. The intensity surged as both teams fought harder. Defenses tightened, offenses pushed the pace, and the referees' whistles rang out, struggling to keep control. Through every shove, every block, and every ounce of pressure, Caitlin Clark stayed composed. Navigating the chaos, she found her moment and drilled another clutch bucket.
Guarded by Evans. Clark. 6 to shoot. Backing down. Clark leans in and banks it home. An astute and composed.
By that point, Caitlin Clark had stacked up 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. But Chicago wasn't letting up. Kennedy Carter knocked down a smooth two-pointer, tightening the gap.
Kicking out. Carter a three. It is good. Kennedy Carter is.
The momentum shifted again as Chicago went for a three-pointer. Angel Reese sent Clark tumbling to the floor, a clear foul, but somehow the ref must have been looking the other way because no whistle was blown.
Opportunity here for Chicago. Here is Carter. Kicking it out. Evans fakes the three, takes the two, and knocks it down. A lot of contact from Reese on Clark underneath.
No whistle, no call, just pure shock filling the arena as the game pressed on. The final 20 seconds arrived, with Indiana holding on to a narrow lead. Desperation kicked in. The Fever scrambled to lock down on defense, but in the chaos, they ended up committing a foul. Mabry down 2. Mabry loses a hand to win a foul. Who's called? The crowd fell silent, all eyes locked on Chicago's chance to even the score. The tension was unbearable, but then, in a shocking moment, Mabry stepped up and missed.
And I'll continue to communicate with her with what she wants.
Mabry misses.
The crowd erupted as
Clark sent the ball soaring into the air just as the buzzer sounded, sealing the game for good.
To the backcourt for Wheeler. Someone's got to get to her. They can't. Wheeler trying to waste the clock. Up to Clark. Clark throws it up in the air. And Indiana has its first home win.
The Indiana Fever had done it, securing their first home win of the season. Despite the fouls, the physicality, and the relentless pressure, Caitlin Clark held her ground and made Chicago pay. As Indiana celebrated, Kennedy Carter, who had bulldozed Clark in the third quarter, could only lower her head in silence. The final score, Indiana Fever 71, Chicago Sky 70. But the drama didn't stop there. Carter's controversial foul on Clark was later
ruled a flagrant, and when asked about it in a post-game interview, she refused to answer any questions.
Turned to you a little bit?
Yeah.
After the
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.